You see a hot girl, and immediately your heart drops, your chest tightens, and you don't know what to do. You start going into fight or flight over some pussy. I mean, come on. Excuses flood in, you're frozen in place, you're no better than a deer in the headlights. It's like that moment when you're jacking off in the bathroom and you hear the doorknob turn as your mom walks in. Yeah, and we're not talking about your stepmom, bro, okay? So you want to talk to this girl, but you have no idea what to say, and just like that, a few seconds later, she's gone, never to be seen again. Let's have a moment of silence for all our fallen brothers paralyzed by too pussy to approach syndrome. So I get this question all the time, and the funny thing is that this is a kind of bullshit question. The focus on what to say is a distraction from actually going and doing it. It's an excuse. Think about it. When you say to yourself, I can't approach that girl because I don't know what to say, you've already decided that you're not going to approach that girl, and your convenient excuse is that you don't know what to say. You're searching for reasons not to approach the girl. On the other hand, if you had decided to go ahead and approach the girl, the specifics of what you say wouldn't have mattered because you will have already made the internal decision to go up and approach her. The first thing you want to do before even focusing on what to say is to decide in your head that yes, I want to go approach that girl and I'm going to approach that girl. Now, once you commit to this in your mind, what you say doesn't even cross your mind until you're already in front of her. Now, if you're still nervous, that's okay. Just accept the feeling but proceed anyway. Knowing what to say can help alleviate some of the nervousness that comes with the approach and might make some guys feel more confident. So for this reason, you can have a few pre-made lines that you lean on in case you go up and your mind goes totally blank. But remember, they shouldn't be what you rely on. Pre-made lines should just be backup. The simplest line you can use is just go up and say something simple. Hey, I'm Zeus. And by that, I don't mean tell the girl your name is Zeus. You obviously substitute your own name in there. I know I'm a god, and I'm over here speaking the gospel, but you still have to take what I say with some common sense and a grain of salt. Here are some more pre-made lines you can use. Hi, you're cute. I wanted to come meet you. Hi, we haven't met yet. I'm Zeus. Excuse me, what's your name? Hi, I'm here to flirt with you until I see if we're compatible. I mean, let's face it, she's gonna talk to you because she's never been confronted with that kind of honesty, and she's kinda curious to see what the fuck's gonna happen next. Now, if you want it to be less direct, you could ask for directions somewhere or for an opinion and say things like, excuse me, where's the best place to get a good coffee around here? Do you think my outfit's too casual? I mean, come on, there's not a girl out there who doesn't think she's a fashion fucking genius. Things like this can be good because they start things off more natural, and you can escalate it to a romantic context later in the conversation. Anytime I find myself not knowing what to say or do in a situation with a girl, I like to keep in mind the phrase, just be friendly. Be normal, be friendly, be chatty. That completely encompasses the core of what you need to know when approaching girls and starting conversations that lead to attraction. Especially if you're a younger guy in a college or school setting. This goes such a long way. In any situation where there's a closed community of people, nobody will think it's weird if you just introduce yourself by saying, Hi, I'm Zeus. I noticed that closed community settings are some of the best places to meet girls. So places like school, the gym, people who live in your neighborhood, or even if you were on vacation and staying at the same hotel. One of my college roommates used to absolutely crush it in day game by using the line, Excuse me, what's your name? That's literally it. He got laid the most out of anyone else I knew in my university. And it was because he was able to approach so many girls in class, outside of class, on the bus, at the gym, anywhere he wanted. I mean, think about it. Everyone's got a name. He was able to get girls' numbers and set up dates for later on while just going about his day, simply because he understood that a closed community setting built a strong level of comfort and non-weirdness when it comes to approaching. Not only that, but he also had a strong understanding of what I'm about to tell you. In all my years of teaching guys how to meet girls, this is perhaps one of my most profound discoveries. Most guys that girls encounter are creeps, so being simply normal and socially aware immediately puts you leagues ahead of these guys, so you have very little competition. Creepy guys are all the way at the bottom at a 0, and 90% of the guys are creepy and uncalibrated around girls. So once you simply just be normal and non-creepy, you're bumped all the way up to a 7. And if you're a high-value guy with an excellent game, you're at a 10. There's not a huge difference between being a normal non-creep and being a pussy magnet dating god like me. The biggest jump and change in results comes from being a non-creep to normal. Burn this concept into your mind. When first learning game, it's totally okay to be normal even if you're not really flirting, as long as you're not creepy, because that will still put you ahead of 90% of all the other guys. You see, the hard part is being able to control your nerves and keep your head on straight when you're in an interaction with a girl, so you can actually act normal and not be so nervous that you start being creepy and socially awkward and uncalibrated. Learn to turn off and deal with the nervousness, so you can just act like your normal self. And that's the hardest part, but it's the one that's gonna get you laid. But what will get you consistent results with the higher caliber girls, I'm talking 9s, 10s, Instagram models, and all that other fun stuff, is when you learn the steps necessary to get you laid and you can master building attraction. If you want to learn the biggest secret for building attraction with any girl in any situation, then just click the link below and check out my brand new course, The God Approach, where me and my manager Benjamin teach you how to master attraction with our step-by-step blueprint. Hey, here's a sneak peek of what's inside. How to overcome crippling approach anxiety. The secret conversation starters that are guaranteed for success and attraction. What to say to 9s and 10s to get them hooked from the start. How to never run out of things to say in a conversation. And how to build crazy amounts of sexual tension with just a few words. Learning how to approach and attract the hottest girls require a team effort. That's why I recruited my manager Benjamin to help me out with this program and fill it in with hours worth of live infield breakdowns from him out on the field building attraction and getting results with hot girls. You'll not only see how he does it, but you'll also get never-before-seen videos from me breaking down how to get over approach anxiety, the best way to start conversations with girls you just met, and how to flirt and build sexual tension. If you're ready to start dating the girls of your dreams and get serious about your dating life, then click the link below and I'll see you on the inside. Excellent. Talk to you later. Till then, stay based.